Ordinary law-abiding people started smuggling something across a state line. Not drugs, not weapons, laundry detergent, the exact same box sitting on their own shelf a month earlier. Quick thing first, if that already sounds insane, hit like right now. It genuinely helps this channel keep making these. Alright, here's what actually happened. One county in Florida banned the sale of detergents containing phosphates. It was an environmental decision. Phosphates were polluting the local water supply. Almost overnight, every phosphate detergent vanished from the shelves in that county. But they didn't vanish from the county right next door, where the ban didn't apply. So residents started driving there, buying the exact same boxes that had been sitting on their own shelf weeks earlier, and carrying them back home like they were smuggling something genuinely precious. One resident put it simply, "I don't even know why I care this much. I just know I'm not doing without it." Ask anyone why they made the drive, and they all said the same thing. The banned detergent worked noticeably better than the legal one, washed cleaner, sudsed up better, left clothes visibly whiter. Here's the part that should stop you. The chemical formula was identical in both counties. Nothing about the actual product had changed. Exactly one thing was different. In one county, you could buy it legally. In the other, you couldn't. That ban alone is what turned an ordinary box of laundry powder into something valuable. Your brain takes a shortcut here. If someone decided I need to be protected from this, it must have some power I was underestimating. The banned thing doesn't get physically better. It gets better inside your head. Because availability itself is a signal of value, and losing access to something signals it's worth having badly enough that someone chose to take it away from you. Psychologists call this the scarcity principle, and underneath it runs something even more automatic, called psychological reactance. The moment your freedom to choose something gets restricted, part of you wants that freedom back more than it ever wanted the thing itself. You see this exact mechanism every day online. A platform slaps a controversial label on a post, or quietly takes something down. Suddenly more people want to see it than if it had just sat there, unnoticed. A product marked adults only or invite only feels more desirable than the identical thing anyone can buy. Brands know this, and plenty of them build it in on purpose. Limited drops, wait lists, only 200 made, a countdown timer that has nothing to do with actual stock, a sold-out tag left up on purpose even after the item is back in the warehouse. None of it says anything about how good the product actually is. It's manufactured scarcity, and it works precisely because your brain can't tell the difference between rare and restricted on purpose. This isn't new, and it isn't only about products. During Prohibition, alcohol didn't get better. It just became illegal, and demand for it went up. Banned books routinely sell more copies the year they're pulled from a shelf than the year before. Psychologists even have a name for the romantic version of this, the Romeo and Juliet effect. Tell two people their families forbid them from seeing each other, and in a lot of cases, they don't fall out of love, they fall in deeper. The forbidding is doing the falling, not the relationship itself. Restriction has been doing this to human desire for a very long time. Censorship and restrictions, even the well-intentioned kind, carry a side effect people rarely talk about. They tend to make the banned thing more attractive, not less. Here's the part that should genuinely unsettle you. This works even when you have no idea what was actually banned. In a similar experiment, students were told that a certain lecture had been banned on their campus. They hadn't heard a single word of it. They didn't know one argument it made. And yet, just from hearing it had been banned, their own opinions shifted toward a position they had never actually heard. The simple fact that something was forbidden was enough to make them suspect there had to be a grain of truth buried inside it. It's the same wiring behind why telling yourself, "I can't have dessert," makes you think about dessert for the rest of the day. The rule doesn't lower the craving, it manufactures it. So here's the one question worth asking yourself every time something suddenly gets harder to get or gets banned outright. Did this thing actually get better, or did it just get harder to reach? Difficulty is not proof of quality. It's a completely separate piece of information that your brain loves to confuse with quality, because that's faster and it's easier. Here's a sharper version of that same test. If this exact thing were sitting freely available on every shelf tomorrow, no wait list, no ban, no only for a few, would you still want it just as badly? If yes, it was probably worth wanting all along. If no, what you actually wanted was never the thing itself. It was the feeling of being one of the few people allowed to have it. That one distinction is worth carrying into the next limited edition drop, the next banned headline, and the next thing someone tells you that you can't have. Next video, one sentence that saved someone's life during a war in the face of an order that allowed no exceptions. If you don't want to miss it, or if this story got you thinking, subscribe to my channel so you get notified about the new video. See you there.